Okay. Oh man, chat's always stuffing up. Give me a second. Chat. Okay. Let's turn down the sound on the desktop. Let's fade that out. And we switch to... No. I remember my keybinds. How's it going? Alrighty. That music's still a little bit too loud for me. Like, give me a second. Oh, I can just turn down my inputs. Go this way. There we go. How's the levels? We sounding okay? Probably still a little bit too loud with the music. Alrighty. Alright, we're back. We're doing it. We're making a game. It's going to be a wave shooter with the Zombeez asset pack. Alrighty. I think at the last stream I was like, I ain't writing shit down, but I've got to do a pickup system for health, right? Because we need to be able to, you know, keep the game going. We also need to like add in like level ups and stuff. I don't know, like a bunch of stuff like that. And also we need to set up a wave, like an enemy spawning system. So those are the things on the docket to achieve today. Whether or not we get to them, you know, we'll see. We'll see. Hello, Slacks. How are you? Alrighty. I still can't hear myself that well. That's better. Okay. So, first things first. Pickups. I think that'll be the easiest. The player has health. We probably need to create some kind of basic UI as well. Like, there's no way right now for the player to know like what's going on. So we're gonna need to get into that as well. Some other gamer followed me. Great, doing good. All right so far. Using one of the FPS templates or from scratch. I am using my own FPS template. You can download it on the Godot asset library. Just search for first-person shooter template. And it's been, obviously it's very easy to set up. So we're already good to go. We've got all the shooting ready. We've got the weapons all set up. We're doing like pixel art Doom style kind of thing. Okay. You just decide to minimize that on me. There we go. And then we've got the enemy here. Right now he'll throw you knives. He's not synced up to his animation, so it's very confusing. And we can also kill him. So that's sort of where we're at. We've got the bare bones, but we need to actually sort of complete the game loop, because we've got it. There's an enemy. Obviously the game starts, you can die, but we don't have a way for the enemies to spawn and come to you. We don't have any way to keep the game going, so you can't find health. And then, yeah, we need to set up upgrades and all that kind of stuff. So probably a timer as well. We're going to need to... Nice sprites. Yeah, they're from the Zombeez asset pack. So this is all for a game jam that's going on right now. I was invited by Fan Studios. Is that a pixelate shaler or just a really low render resolution? Actually, someone on stream on Saturday night helped me out with that. I was going to do like the traditional way of making the project window really small. So if I look at my settings right now, it's the default window settings. And we've got a, where is it? A sub viewport container with the camera 3D that is drawing the world, and its resolution is much smaller. So it's 288 by 162. It's a very small, so we've got a stretch shrink. You just set that up to 4. And on the filter, you set it to nearest, and you've basically got the same effect. It's very convincing. It's a lot better than just setting the screen scale with the FSR to like 0.25 would achieve a similar looking effect, but there'd still be filtering on the pixels, which we don't want. So this gives a fairly convincing effect. I tested it against a traditional low resolution and I couldn't tell the difference. So we're rolling with this for now. And we also get the added benefit of having a UI that is actually readable, which is really handy. Alrighty. So So let's I should promote the game jam as well. Zombeez Game Jam by Fan Studio. If you guys are interested in, it's a 2-week game jam. Fan Studio has asked me to participate. You can win $500. So if you guys are interested in a game jam, and one that actually has a prize pool, which is nice, and he wants to work with the winner as well, taking their game to production. I'm not out to win it, I'm just out to make a fun game, but we'll see. Okay, so let's start with something to tell us how much health we have, because right now we have no way of knowing that, and that's pretty core, because it is essentially... Oh wait, shoot. Oh, I also wanted to do like numbers for like how much damage you're doing. I think that'd be really cool. And then we'll just build it up from there. How are the levels? Does the sound okay? The music not too loud? Okay. So, the player does have health. We have 100. So we can represent that pretty easily. I like to use bars, but maybe we need to set up something a little bit more traditional. Music could be quieter. Awesome, thank you. I might turn it down directly. Let's just bring it down a tad. Put this over here so it's out of the way. Alright, awesome. I have a bad habit of having that too high up in the mix. I can't really hear the desktop myself because I've got it coming through in a different mix, so thank you. Alright, so we've got the health. I do have to build a HUD too, because right now I've just got a debug HUD, which is really ugly. Main site, sprint, okay. Well, let's just set it up probably just in the debug for now. When I do the art, I'll do the whole thing at once. What have I got working? What have I got? Okay, it's just health and that, yada yada. So we can just add another slider. It'd be a H slider. This is my favorite way to like cheat for a health bar. Min value 0, step 1, that's fine. And then the value is going to be 100. Is my number pad going to work? It never works with Godot. I don't know why. And then you can just change the material. Sorry, the theme overrides. You take the styles. You put that as a style box empty. No, a style box flat, I think. And then I'm pretty sure you put it with a border. There we go. I've done this before, I promise. And the grabber can be a Starbucks. Grabber area? Grabber area. Which one gets rid of the icon for this thing? I forget. Image texture, there we go, it's gone now. Cool, so we get rid of that. So, and now, can we actually see? I'm fucking with the max value. There we go. Is it back to front though? Well, I mean, it's not back to front, it's just that. We just got to make this probably red is the color we want. Red. There we go. And this, actually, we probably just want to be like with a bit of an alpha to it. And no border. No, it does need a The border then is going to need to be alpha. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Cool. Okay, now we have a really basic health bar that we can use just to tell us a little bit more information about what's going on in the world, and we can just worry about upgrading this information later on. But we do need a way of... What I like to do is sort of build it up. It's most basic. We're going to set up the infrastructure like emitting the signal, and then once we're actually in it, and we're wanting to upgrade the art, we can do it without having to worry about how to set up the code because it's already just there. We just need to hook the signal up. Razy, how's it going? Do you guys know each other? In a Godot stream. We are in the Godot. Okay. You used to stream a few years back. Nice. I've only just started. From several other Godot streamers. Nice. Stream. I'm writing stream. I'm meant to write health. Okay. So now this is the basic. Basically, we just need to get access to this. Just drag this in. And we will connect a signal from the player. We don't have a signal at the moment. We'll create one. Where are my signals? I don't have any? On the okay, the player doesn't have any signals attached to it. Interesting. As a person watching in 144p, I don't mind the low render resolution. Do you really watch in 144? Is that just from your phone, Mr. Forgettable? Signal health. On health. Updated, I think I'll call it. And it will emit health and it will be a float. When there's Godot and pixel art, you shall be there. There you go. I don't really, I mean, I used to work with pixel art all the time, like, and all my, like, assets for, like, my starting soon and everything are all pixel art, but I generally, because I'm all in 3D, I'm not really using much pixel art, so this is a really fun chance to actually use some pixel art. I actually really like the look. Like, I think I slept on this style. Like, I would have thought before this game jam, I would have been like, nah, I'm not going to do like a pixel, like a flat pixel art style game, but it looks really cool. It's very easy to work with, which is really nice. Okay, so we have got, so on take damage, we're taking the damage. Okay, when we take the damage, we obviously if the health is 0 we die, but like here we want to go on health updated. Oh, why is it a string? I think pixel 3D stuff is cool, not related to this project, but 2.5D is really nice. Yeah, there's been some really cool games coming out with the 2.5D style. I really love it. Okay, so why is my signal coming out as a string? It really shouldn't be, right? It should look like that. Did I stuff up the creation of that? Why is it always... What's going on? Weird. Everything's wrapped in string. Did you guys see that? I've never seen that before. Odd. Music ended. Let's switch to something else. Funk. Let's play some funk tonight. There we go. My boy just wants to identify as a string, leave him alone. Maybe Godot's having a heart attack. I've been having some very strange happenings in Godot lately. Oh well. We just work around it. Okay, so now we're emitting that signal. We can connect that to the canvas layer. I mean, I suppose I could have just called straight down to it, but oh well. I guess this way it leaves it a little bit more disconnected. Where'd that go? There it is. Alright. So we've got the health, and all we need to do really is just go, what's the health bar? Oh, it's just called health. I'm going to change that name. It's too confusing. Yeah. I really like 4.3. I tested it out the other day, and I think it's going to be a good one. Let's just redo this. I'm not in the script anymore. Health bar. That makes more sense. It's going to be a lot easier to read. Health bar dot value equals health, right? And on ready, I think I'll need to update that signal as well. Got too many parameters. And I guess I just got to help type it out because everything wants to be a string. What is going on? All right, so that should work. Now I believe our zombie boy does about 50% damage. So we should be seeing that come across when he throws that. Yeah, okay, it works. And then we're dead. Okay. We could probably tone down how much damage he does now because we know it works. Where's the enemy? How's that done? Okay, the damage is just set on the enemy node. I don't know what's reasonable yet. We'll just make it 5. Throw a knife at me. Yeah, okay. Now he does nothing. He's totally useless. But that's okay. We're going to spawn a lot of them to make it a little bit more difficult. Okay, so that's health done. Now, as we play and test, we can actually see like what the stakes are. Now we can increase the health of the player. So why don't we try to create a health pack, essentially. I want to see what we've got in the asset pack that we've been provided with. Gaps and light posts. Do you think it'll be under player? There's coins. Hindustan and Fan Studio. Hey, how's it going over on YouTube? What is this music? Next. Okay. Okay, let's see. Is there a health pack here? We've got a Coke vending machine. That'd be a fun health pack. Like those old school games where you just pick up random things, like food. Trade piles. What program am I using for the music, Mario? I am using VLC Player. And it's just like a bunch of random music. So right now it's playing a track that I wrote myself a couple of years ago. But I also have in here Kevin MacLeod, who is a very dominant royalty-free music creator, I guess is the way to put it. Yeah, he makes a lot of royalty-free music. So if you're ever in need of royalty-free music, Kevin MacLeod at incomtech.com. VLC Player is still supported. Yeah. I actually removed... His music's really loud, actually. I removed like the default player from Windows because when I moved back to Windows, I was like, I don't want to use Windows stuff. Okay, we're looking for like health. We don't have anything. Med pack, button template. Oh, that's cool. I can actually. He's got his own. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, Fan Studio, you still in the chat? You got a med, like something that can represent med pack in the character, in the asset pack? We got character, weapon icon, coin spin. I guess we can add coins. I want to do like a, oh, you don't have anything. That's okay. As long as I know, I can try and think of a replacement. Oh, we've got shop. Why do I prefer 3D rather than 2D? You know, not too sure. I actually was considering making a project in 2D lately because I think it would be a little bit easier for me to achieve a final product. I'm not very good at 3D art, but Can I get a link to the Game Jam? Certainly can. There we go. Coming through now. There we go. I'll pin it, actually. I'll go to YouTube and pin it. Edit time. Oh, I forgot to update my flipping thumbnails. What an amateur. I used it the other day. Live thumb stuff. Yeah, that's it. Cool. And turn monetization on, because definitely want some of that. Okay, save. Let's pin this up so everyone can see, and I'll do the same thing on Twitch as well. Pin that. All right, awesome. Slacks, thank you so much for the follow. I'm sorry I missed that. My alerts just don't work for some reason, and I need to figure out why. Okay. Or I am deaf. I've never worked on exporting a game, so maybe I'll make something for the jam. Yeah, give it a go. Exporting for a game is like really important. One of the first things I did when I was becoming more proficient at making games is I made a game for an Android phone. I made a game for Android, and I followed it all the way through. It was a very short game. It was only 10 levels, but I made it. I'd set up everything, set up ads, set up the exportation, and like put it all on the Android Play Store and all that kind of stuff, just so I could see what the entire process is like. And yeah, I'll I assume that I will share that while I'm doing it, because it's not like sensitive or anything. I think the difference between 3D and 2D is mostly preference. Some people like cake and some people like pie. That's a very good point. And I agree. I like 3D probably because I came up in the 3D era. Like I've been playing 3D games, you know. I like 2D a lot, but if I think about how any game, when I think about making it, it's almost always in my head 3D. So that's just how it went. All right. So we were trying to make a health pack. I guess it's gonna be something else. Let's have a look for something that could represent health. Levels. We could color a crate red. That might look a bit silly. Pram, baby, no. Just a baby. Not weird at all. Demo gaps, no. Level background, yada yada yada. Let's have a look. Modern pixel art. It's definitely different. Like if you look at how, I don't know if you guys, I got really lucky a couple of years ago and I found a CRT TV on the side of the road and I refurbished it and I was like running old games on there, and pixel art didn't look like it does today because of the scan lines and everything. It looked way smoother. So the way it looks on like a LCD screen or whatever, it hits different. A light post? Yeah, it was just sitting on the side of the road. I was driving to work one day and I saw it and I was like, oh my God. Like I freaked out. I like pulled over and you know, I don't know, like where I live, people will just put things on the side of the road when they want someone either to take it or I think it's technically illegal. Like you shouldn't put things out on the side of the road if you want it to be taken out with the trash, but people do it so that you can just take it for free. Yeah, I just pulled over. I gave it a quick once over. I was like, yeah, it looks like it's still intact. And I just nabbed it up. And it was like this disgusting CRT TV sitting in my car for the day. And then when I got home, I cleaned it up. 3D looked awful on PlayStation. Yeah, it did. But now it's like a whole thing. Like the nostalgia hits, right? Like everybody makes PSX style games, you know? Yeah, and then later on I sold it, the CRT TV, because I didn't have room for it at home. And also, like, I wanted to get, like, classic, what's the word for it? Like, I wanted to get a bunch of classic consoles to play with it, and I just didn't have the time, and I didn't want to spend, because they're so expensive. Like, here, at least, if you want to get a PlayStations are cheap. Like, the original ones, you can get them for, like, $100, but if you want a SNES, which is what I really wanted, that's, like, $300. Yeah. It really gives it a good vibe. And especially with the way, like, you get the modern style of game, if that makes sense. Like, old games were like hard and they didn't have like save points and all that kind of stuff. So you get all that as well, alongside the nice look. Okay, I really gotta find something to use to represent health. You know, if I put two of these side by side, I could just like, you know what? It kind of looks like a line, and I could stack these up to make a cross. That one especially, yeah, that's the one I'm going to use. I found it. So I just need like 4 of them. Wait, hey, come back. Operation can't be done to the tree root. Oh, okay. I guess it needs to be an area 3D, right? And I'll just make this scene root. And I'll just give it like a circle collision shape. Oh yeah, in a game jam, it's alright. It won't even look like the red cross anyway. Break those rules a little bit for a free game. It's alright. It's small. Okay, let's make this a little bit bigger. Pixel size. 0.05. Make it 0.1. Yeah, that'll work. And then we'll just change this to nearest, and I think it will need to be billboard, to be honest. Okay, so now what we're going to do is just pull this off to the side, duplicate it, rotate it, and push it this way. Oh, wait. Oh, because it's billboarded. I guess I'll have to make it billboard Y. It still doesn't work. Okay, we'll think about it. We'll figure that out later. As they say. Okay, we got one there. They're not quite aligned. Oh, yes they are. It's just one's billboarded, the other's not. So reset that. Okay. All right, and then we can take both of them and rotate it like that. And now it kind of looks like a cross. I guess I gotta move this like either slightly in front or behind so that it doesn't... Okay, it looks a little bit messed up. Yeah, that kind of works though. There's still gonna be some angles. I wonder if I put this inside another Sprite 3D and billboard that, would that work? Getting kind of hacky here. No, okay, that doesn't work. Of course, why would it? Which one isn't this one here? I think I might have to break out the, kind of looks like a needle. Yeah, I mean, I think people will get what I'm trying to communicate. There's going to be, oh, you know what? Like, I can just take these, duplicate it, and just rotate it. Screw it. That's good enough. We'll worry about it later. From the top, still not that visible, but... And does it need to be an area 3D? You know, like, it's a game jam. It's like, whatever. I mean, realistically, the best thing for me to do would be to break out a sprite and, like, fix it up. And it's probably going to bother me a lot, so let's just... I'm not using it. Hey, listen. I didn't ban you, so you can. I mean, I threatened to, but... I would never. Mr. Forgettable, how could I ban you? Even if you do eat ice cream with a fork. It's hard to say. Go write the script. Okay, so new file. I don't even know what they are. Just find it in the open in file manager. Go to a sprite. Oh my goodness. Agree. Let's get nice and close. Oh, is that how it's supposed to look? Let's delete those. Straight licking it off the plate. Well, that works too. Okay, give me this. Canvas size. How do we change that? Oh, there it is. Yeah, let's make it like... let's just make it 20 by 20. We need lots of space. That works. Okay. Can I flip it like that? I'm not that good at a sprite. Sprite. Layer selection. Flip horizontal. Yeah, cool. Done. Paste. I'm gonna have to rotate this 90 degrees. Oh, it doesn't like line up. Okay. Rotate that like 90 degrees. Okay, and we'll just fill in the middle with white, I guess. And now we'll have like an actual sprite that we can use rather than a hack, because I felt bad. It's totally health. I'm still using the asset pack. Can we go like fit canvas to sprite? Sprite canvas size. Is that a thing? I don't know. I don't know how to use a sprite. I guess it's 9 by 9. Nope, it's much longer than that. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. 11, okay. Nice, okay. Export as a PNG. I'm assuming it's going to show up in the same folder. Yes, it is. Okay, awesome. We've fixed our problems with the billboard. Much better. Okay. Nearest? What the heck happened to this? That is like horrid. Why does it look like that? What did I do with the export? Visible layers. Resize 100. So when will I submit the game? You can drag the blue lines. Oh, don't tell me that, Risey. God damn it. When will I submit the game, Mr. Forgettable? The jam doesn't end for like another 13 days. So probably in 13 days. It's probably the import in Godot. Yeah, good point. Import texture 2D. They changed all these settings in whenever it was, Godot 4, and I've never like learned them again. High quality. There we go. That worked. 2D, set default, whatever. That did it. Thank you very much. Okay, good enough. The axis is all messed up, but why does it do that? It's positioning. That's what it is. Thank you. All right, cool. Now we have a really, really janky health pack. And it's an area 3D, which means it won't have physics. Is that okay? Probably. Yeah, I guess it's fine. Or do we want it to have physics? Nah, not right now. Okay, let's call it health pack. It's going to need a script. I haven't even saved this. So let's save this. I'm going to create a new folder. I'm just going to call it objects, I guess. And it can be saved in there. Create. And export var health. It can be an int, and it can be equal to 25. Now, who's responsible for actually detecting this? I make this responsible for detecting it. It's like those old games. Yeah, it is like old games. Whoops. Alrighty. Okay. Cassie Codes, thank you for the follow. I didn't know you hadn't followed me yet. And 81 long live Twitch scam you. Okay, radio, whatever. I'm not going to thank you for the follow. I guess I just kind of did. I really wish my stream alerts were working. They work when I test them, but never when I actually go on stream. And I don't know why. I thought I had followed you already, but maybe it was only on YouTube. Yeah, it's all good. I appreciate it nonetheless. We're almost at 50, which is pretty exciting. So then we can apply for affiliate on Twitch, which is exciting. All right. I want to connect the signal. Area entered, body entered. So there is an area on the player called damage detection. I suppose I should create another area detector called health or items. I've got pickup detection. That's not... Actually, it is in use. Pickup detection is in use. And it picks up weapons. Could it also pick up health? KJ. I don't know what that means, Goose Fat. So, what should we do? What's the best way to go about it? KJ test. Goose Fat, you're scaring me. What you up to? Goose Fat 27. Was that the guy sharing like pictures of hedgehogs the other day? I forget. Oh, yes. All right. Oh, yeah. It's because I switched you off on Restream, so I can't see you in the chat on Restream anymore. Oh, well, since you created a new account just to talk to me, why don't you use that one to give me a follow as well while we're there? I need to like really figure out how to moderate things properly. I'm not so good at that. Okay. You have 4 accounts? What you up to, man? What you doing? I think I actually have quite a number, but like it's just because I forget them over the years. Do I need to create like a arson? Okay. Yeah, he's got Goose Fat 1 to 27, you know? Trigger area. Okay, this on body entered. And then I've got the collision shape. I'm looking at the wrong one. Pickup detection, damage detection. I really don't like the direction this is going because I'm going to have like a million different areas for different things. Pickup and damage is okay to have separate, but realistically, I think it would be nice to have some kind of universal system for detecting what's on the ground. Okay, Sir Pigeon the First asks, hey, do you know any place to post a demo of my game. I just finished 7 levels and I want to post a general demo before I post on Steam. Thank you in advance. Sir Pigeon, the best place for you to do that is on itch.io, I believe. So here it is here. So this place is, basically where every indie dev goes to post their game. It doesn't cost any money. It's very easy to do. And you can, post any number of games. You can charge, you can make it free, however you like. And the good thing about it is I'm pretty sure you can post it as a demo and then later on charge money for it. So it's a great place to sort of put your game. You can just click this button, upload game, create an account, and you're good to go. That is the place. Okay, so what is the pickup detection doing at the moment? It goes to the on pickup detection body entered. So if I connect this, I'm attaching a script to this in the player controller. And what I'm going to do is actually reroute all this stuff to the area 3D and then detect everything from here and send it out, because I don't want to just have a million area 3Ds. I'll get confused. So I'll need to create a signal, not a signal. Weapon pickup. And it's going to be a weapon slot. I think I need to put an underscore underneath that. Weapon slot. And there'll also need to be health pickup. Has got 23, 25, 26, and 27. I mean, I guess you really like the goose fat name. Mine are all different random ones. Health pickup, and I mean, it's not going to have a class, so I guess it'll just be a number. Why no 24? Exactly. It can just be health. We can just emit the number. We don't need to worry about what it is. This button here, and float or an int. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can sort of connect these signals and sort of figure out what they are. And so we're going to disconnect that and reconnect body node to itself. Pickup detection. So on body entered. And we'll also need on area entered, because I'm pretty sure the health is coming from an area, not a body. Oh, area shape. That's not what I wanted. Disconnect that. And, oh, still wrong again. Area entered. Okay, so now we've got those. What we can do is on body entered, we can just, for now, if body is weapon slot, we just need to pass it on to the weapon manager. And so we will emit signal weapon pickup dot emit and the body tack on taken. Oh, someone took goose fat 24. What a shame. Who could have taken that from you, goose fat? Thank you for the follow again. I appreciate it. All right. So now that's sorted, I just need to connect that signal to the old function that I had for weapon pickups. So that was on pickup detection body entered. So we can come back down to the pickup detection and we can just grab that weapon pickup and go down to the weapon manager and replace that script. Replace that name of the function there. And everything should be back to normal. And then, well, right now we know that if it's not a weapon slot, then it is a health pack, but we're probably going to want another way to find out. Now we could turn this into a class. We could just go class name health pack, which is kind of like it's a way of doing it. We can just assess on the pickup. We could also check the the layer it's on. That's another way that we could do it. We could say like all health packs are on this layer, or other objects are on other layers. I need to go in and name that layer if I'm going to do that. Physics, 3D physics. The reason I'm using these low numbers is because there's a bunch of layers already in Goose. You didn't know Goose Fat was such a popular name. Neither did I. Never would have guessed it. I guess it's food, right? So maybe like people like food. If you're like a cooking channel, maybe, I don't know. Item pickups. We'll just make that layer 16. And then we can just put that on layer 16. I think we need to actually put it on layer 16. I too like the food. Yeah. Okie dokie. So now we can come back here and we can actually test the layer that the area is on. We can also do that on body as well, just for good measure. So we can say if body dot get layer. What is the function called? Okay, we'll just error out on me like that. If it's going to be under search help, it'll be under node 3D, right? Yeah, layer. All right, visual instance, no. Collision layer. Collision object. Where is this collision layer? I'm gonna have to just search it here. Collision underscore layer. I know that there's a set of functions: CSG shape, visual instance, node 3D, collision object, collision layer. Oh, I know it's here somewhere. Well, it's going to be in the area 3D. Give it to me. Come on. I've done this a million times. Why I can't do it now is beyond me. I'm testing it in projectile. Set collision mask. Okay, Fred's Media says, I want to get into Godot. How would you recommend I get started? I've used Unity a bit, but I wasn't enjoying it. Godot is a really good game engine. It's very flexible, it's very light. I like it because it's open source and it allows me to do everything that I could possibly want to do. There are still limitations, obviously. Still, it's very beginner friendly and very good. The best you can do is probably just start by working on a project, something simple like trying to create Pong or Flappy Birds, right? So there's a really good website called 20 Game Challenge. 20 Game Challenge. Do you procrastinate or did you procrastinate? How do you get over it? I don't know how to get over procrastination. I do it all the time. I use like guilt and shame is really powerful for me. So 20 Game Challenge is a fun thing that you can do to sort of give you ideas about games to make. So if you've never made a game before, starting a big project is probably not the best way to go about it. With the 20 Game Challenge, you can start small and work your way up. Now, you still may need tutorials, and that's okay because you're still learning, but it will give you a tangible goal to work towards that isn't something. The way I like to think of it is like you can follow a tutorial and make the game that the person who is doing the tutorial is making, but very often you're going to get stuck in the tutorial hell, right? Because you're just following the instructions of someone else. This will give you a way to think about it on your own. And when you look for tutorials, what I would suggest is to try and think about what you're trying to do and looking for a tutorial that isn't necessarily just how to make Pong or how to make Flappy Birds, but rather, you know, how to move the world, or like how to set up gravity, how to respond to a click for your mouse, like when you click the screen for Flappy Birds, stuff like that, and build stuff on your own as you go. Also, following tutorials gets boring over time. Yeah. And I mean, I'll admit, like I say this, an end goal with some basic instructions and you've got to learn how to do it. Yeah. So it's a little bit more difficult, but you will learn faster, I think. I didn't do it this way. I did it the other way, you know, tutorial hell for like 5 years. And it wasn't until I had in my head that I could do it. You know, I had to like have that moment where it was like, oh, I know how to code now. I just need to figure out, like, I want to make a platformer and I want to put it on the Google Play Store, you know, and then get to that and make it happen by just like watching small little tutorials here and there to figure out how to make it, how to make the game work the way I wanted it to make without just following someone else's. And then everything just clicked for me. So it's a really good way to do it, I think. This is the function I'm looking for. Get collision mask. Okay. Is there get collide with bodies? Physics ray query parameter. But this function is like inside of like node TD, right? Node 3D? Yeah, it is. Mesh instance. Collision. Geometry geometry instance. Is this going to be on an... This has to be on an area get collision mask? Okay. Returns the physics layer. Okay, we can use the physics server 2D. Oh, this is the wrong one. Go back. Area get collision mask. Physics server 3D extension. Area get collision mask. Coolio. I'm installing Godot on my on your Steam Deck. Okay. Well, I mean, both are okay, MacBook or Steam Deck. But Steam Deck will do fine. It's Arch, right? Which is my favorite operating system. Bunch of overrides. I want like the actual function. Is there just nothing? Good lord. Come on, there must be something. Collision object 3D. Get collision layer value. Returns whether or not the specific collision layer is numbered. Area get collision layer. Area get collision layer. Third party OS on it. So it's Fedora. Okay, yeah, you're going to be fine. Just install the Flatpak or something. Area get collision layer. And then I have to pass in the area. Okay. Let's see if this works. Third party. How's that work with the Steam Deck and Fedora? Does it go okay? I would have thought that the Steam OS would be good. Okay, so I need to test this out because I'm not exactly sure how it's going to work. Var area layer. Just make it equal to area.get collision layer. No, area.collision. It's area get collision layer, and then I pass in the area. Is not found in BIOS. Okay, it's display server, right? No. Hang on a second. Go back. What am I in? Physics server 3D. Okay. I'm defiantly convinced that it should just be able to get collision layer. Yeah, get collision layer value. Oh my god. Sorry about that. Going around in circles. Okay, I have to make a zoo or something, I think in Unity for a VR museum, but I don't VR, what do? I don't know about VR in zoos or museums. That sounds really difficult. Is it for a job or for like a university project or something? Yeah, it's fine. I use Bazite, which they have an image made for the Steam Deck and game mode for everything. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Is it like a performance thing or are you just tinkering? I need to add like a health pack to the world for this to work. Health. Let's just put one there. Ugh. Ugh, what is going on? Okay, that's, I don't think, triggering everything. I can whisper you the email. Goosefat, I don't know what you're talking about. Why you do this to me? Okay, oh, that's obviously not working. That's because it's not masking the area. It needs to mask layer 16 as well. Okay, we got an error. Invalid call in base area 3D, expected an argument. Okay. It does, it wants the layer that I want to get collision value layer. I just want to know what layer it's on. Is that even a function? What's going on? Get collision layer, right? That should be a function that I can call. Why not? Okay, that's nice. Okay, so that's just the number, I guess. Is it going to be easier if I use mask? I don't know. It doesn't matter. We know that's the number. Scroll back up. Look at all these errors. Just copy that. Let's not overthink it. If body is... no, if body dot get collision layer is equal to that number, then we're going to emit the signal for health. It's good enough for me. And that is got to have the nub on it. Otherwise, it's not going to make any sense. Dot emit, and should we just go body dot health? Because it's on the layer. So now we can copy this and put this in the area entered. Okay, is using groups worse? Well, it's just a way of doing things, I guess. It's neither better or worse. I'm trying something different, I guess. I'm experimenting really. Because I don't have a lot of experience with pickup areas, so I'm just testing out what works better. I've used groups in the past. I've also used, like, I could have eliminated all of this collision layer stuff if I just made a class for the health pack and I could just test it. Who else am I chatting to? Oh, sorry, Fred's Media. I'm also streaming on YouTube. So Marius M asked if using groups is worse. And I answered, well, it's just different. It just depends. Yeah, I can't unfortunately display YouTube chat on the screen. It's against the Twitch terms of service, which is a little bit annoying, but I guess it is what it is. It can't be controlled. Thank you for the follow, by the way, Press Media. Alrighty. Okay, so now that we can emit the signal, pickup detection, node, health pickup, we can emit to the player, and it comes with health, and we don't have a function for adding health yet. So func add health, and it's going to take underscore health, which will be a float. I don't have the hardware. I don't understand. Void. And then it's just going to go health. It's doing it again. Equals okay, goose fat. I don't know what you're sharing there, but I really got to turn off links. I don't know how to delete the chat. I can't help you with that, Goose Chat. They want to make a zoo thingy for this company in the UK, but I don't have a VR, so I don't know what to do. I don't know. Don't click the link. Anyway, let's not get distracted by that. I really need to set up. I think it's stream elements. Show mod icons. Chat appearance, chat highlights. Deleted messages, brief, pop out chat. Channel modes. I can't figure it out now. So they are a client for you. I mean, if it was working for them, why would he need to ask me? It sounds, I don't know. Refuse the request. Yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, I don't know, bro. Buy me a VR headset. Easy. Anyway, let's focus. What is the agreement you made with them? That is a good question. I don't do contract work, so I'm not the best person to ask for. I just work for a company. I don't even work in the software development industry. I can give you really great advice about fast-moving consumer goods accounting, though, and lease accounting. If anyone needs to know about how to do that on a IFRS, you know. Anyone got any questions about international accounting standards? I'm a professional. Actually, I'd probably get my license revoked if I did that. But turning moderator mode in the Twitch settings. Oh, thank you. I really need to like do a training course or something in freaking. Show moderation actions. You can delete Twitch by turning on moderator mode in Twitch chat. Okay, I'm reading it now. So I was in a fight doing my dailies. Oh, what game are you playing? But I think that link is so sus. Yeah. Oh, Wuthering Waves. Yeah, I downloaded that the other day. I tried playing it for a little bit. I don't know, it didn't really appeal to me that much. It's fun. I mean, it feels just like Genshin, right? I got to the first town and I haven't picked it up since. It is because you used your school email. Ah. Yeah, the combat's pretty good actually. It felt really nice to do like the swap with the players. You know, you swap them out and they like do the attack. Anyway, we're getting a bit distracted. I want to add health. Health equals plus equals health. Max. Why is everything wrapped in a string for this particular function? For this particular script, I mean. Did I turn some kind of setting on? I don't even know. We're just going to restart the... It's starting to bother me. Okay, let's see if that did enough. Yep, that was it. Okay, max plus equals. Actually, I need to go equals max. And then it's going to be health 100. How does max work again? Why am I forgetting all this stuff? It returns the maximum value. I want then the minimum. Actually, I want the opposite. Because I use my school as a student, it is if it's Unity stuff. If it is Unity in my email. I don't know, Goosefat. I don't think anyone here can help you. If you're a student, you should probably talk to your teachers. Desktop background reveal. It's just the ocean. I like the ocean. Okay, we want the smaller of either 100 or health plus underscore health. That's good enough for now. And so now we can go add health. Health. And then we also need to emit the signal on updated, on health updated. Okay, so that should be health. See you later, Goosefat. Thanks for hanging around. Okay, so let's take some damage. I don't even know if that layer thing is going to work. Anyway, that should be good enough. Okay, it did. It doesn't delete it. I do like the ocean. I like hanging out in it. I like going to look at it. All that stuff. Swimming in it. The music keeps stopping. Too wet? I guess, you know what, it took me a while before, like I wasn't someone that always liked swimming, but over the last like 5 years, because I moved to a place where I'm really close to the sea, and I go all the time now, and I love it. But like 10 years ago, I wouldn't be caught dead at the beach. Nah, it's fine. I tell everyone I meet that says, "Oh, it sounds scary." I'm like, nah, it's not. But then, yeah, I think a lot of people die, right? Not me though. Not yet. I don't think there's been a shark attack. There hasn't been a shark attack where I live in like 60 years. So, but like a couple of hours south, it happens all the time. I don't know why. They just like to hang out down there. The first time I got in the ocean was my last. I was not aware that salt water would grill me like that. Like give me sunburn poisoning. Sunburn poisoning? Yeah, that sounds miserable. I'm really sensitive to the sun. I won't go out, and in the summer I won't go out unless I've got like a massive layer of sunscreen on and I'm wearing like a shirt and stuff. And you gotta, we used to say this thing, slip, slop, slap. That was the phrase that they taught us at school. You've got to be sun safe. But yeah, if you're very sensitive to the sun, it can be quite painful. Okay, so I also want to say that once this has been interacted with, we kill it. I'll do that in the player script. Area.keyfree. Just be normal and don't go outside like the rest of us. Yeah. Honestly, I was thinking about today. I was like, I could just like never go out. I could just if it wasn't, I don't know. Like I feel like I could be that person that just never leaves the house. I'm not, but it sounds kind of nice. Okay, cool. All right, health sorted. Let's look at spawning enemies. My mum was making fun of me for never leaving my house the other day. And it was really weird because I was like, I leave my house all the time. Just, I don't ever tell people about it. Or like, I'll go for a walk, I'll go to the beach, I'll hang out. But it just, maybe it's because it's not with her, she doesn't know. I don't know. I don't tell people about my day. I don't know what it is. Okay. So, how do we spawn enemies? That is a great question for myself. So what's the problem? I'm trying to get up, but I've got two dogs laying on me asleep. Ah. Yeah, my dog does that. Well, actually, I haven't let my dogs sit on the couch or on my bed for a really long time because she's a little bit older now and it's not the most hygienic anymore without going into too much details. But when she did, I remember one time she was on my bed. She's so painful. She's so stubborn. And if you try to push her, she'll like resist and try to push back and then get up. I don't know. It's just a nightmare. My dog's really stubborn. Glad you fed it. Okay. Enemy spawning. And realistically, the enemy, it doesn't really need an area 3D anymore. We'll work on that though, because we want to just have the location and have them moving all the time. But we do need a way of spawning the enemies. And we need a way, like in terms of level design, like where they're going to get spawned. I guess right now I'm going to need a node that's in control of that. It could be the world. It could be another node. It could be a singleton. But I'm going to need to get information about where it can be spawned and then where the player is. So those are the two things I need to know. And then I need to send the enemy towards the player. And obviously once it enters the area 3D, it can start attacking. And then that's how we have a wave shooter, right? So what I'm going to do, what we are going to do is, do I want it to be a singleton or do I want it to be just a node in the world? I don't think it matters because it's always going to need to be in the world. So I think if I really think about where I want it to sit, here is just fine. So I'll just grab a node 3D to hold it and I'll just call it an enemy spawner. And move it to the top. So it needs information about the player and it also needs information about the world. So for now, I can just do an export var, and it'll just be player, and that'll be a character body, right? And then I can just drag that in. I can drag in the player, so that's the player. And then it will also need a path to the preloads, right? So I'd probably want to do this with like an array of different enemies, but for now I've just got one, so I guess I will just drag it in on its own. Enemy. That works just fine. It's probably going to need a timer. Just add a timer to it. So I guess, well, we'll need a couple. We'll need a spawn timer, and we'll also need a wave timer. I'll just duplicate it. I don't know what I'm going to do for waves at the moment, but I'll just add that in because I know I'm going to need it eventually. All right, nice. Okay, so let's just create a very basic function to spawn enemies. Spawn enemy. And it'll take a pack scene, right? So enemy. And this will just be the pack scene. So later on we can, I mean, we could even just return the instantiated object. Be like, it returns a node 3D or a character body. Okay, Fred's Media says, I'm annoyed. The graphic novels drawings for the Wing of Fire book series look nothing like the normal books. If you want a good example, compare the cover of book 9 to the book 9 graphic novel. They are meant to be the same exact dragon. What is Wings of Fire, my friend? I have no idea. Wings of Fire. This is safe for work, I imagine. Okay, it's a book series with some dragons. Book 9, you said. Are people mad? I mean, that's a pretty cool looking dragon. Is it a water dragon? Okay, and what is this? What is it? What did you say? Versus the graphic novel. Cover versus graphic novel. Oh, you meant 6. Well, I think this dragon looks less cool, if you ask me. I've never been much of a dragon guy though, so don't hold me to that. I'm not a dragon guy. Is this it here, the graphic novel? Dude, yeah, okay, this one is definitely worse. I agree with you there. Like, I'm not much of a dragon connoisseur, but this is definitely better than this. This guy, he's like coming home. He's like, honey, I'm home into my ice cave. Art by Mike Holmes. Or this and this. Which one are you wanting me to compare? It doesn't matter. Yes. The only dragons I like are the scientifically accurate dragons. Just saying. Well, realistically, it's going to return a character body 3D. Let's just be honest. So var enemy to spawn. Anyway, semi-rant over. I don't know if I want this to return or anything. I still haven't decided how I want it to look. Enemy to spawn equals enemy dot instantiate. Okay, we also need to know, because the enemies need to sit inside the navigation region. So I need a copy of that. Gimme. I don't like that. I'll do an export var as well. I call literally everything in my game a dragon meme. I drew a frog and named it Frogan because it was a dragon and a frog, and it became my stream mascot. Are you the scientifically accurate MMORPG dragon guy, or do you guys know what that is? Nav layer. I think it was like 10 years ago. There was like a meme on Reddit. This is a region. For scientifically, someone was like making a scientifically accurate dragon MMORPG. Scientifically accurate dragon MMORPG. Dear Internet, have you guys seen this? Frogon is an awesome name. Yeah, I agree. I'm a 26-year-old lady who's been developing a science-based 100% dragon MMO for the last 2 years. I'm finally making my beta website now using my 3D work as a base to create 50 plus concept images. Wish me luck, Reddit. You'll be the first to see this site when it's finished. And this is what she posted. This was 13 years ago. And I was there. But, you remember this? Yeah, this is what this is reminding me of. So, good times. Okay, so we're going to instantiate the enemy. We need to add it to the nav layer. So, enemy to spawn. We need a location as well, which is another thing. So we need to find a spot to spawn it, which is going to be the hard part. So I guess I can create like a spawn. Right now it's kind of difficult. Like I can place them manually for this level, but I kind of want it to be procedural at the end of all of this. We'll see if that's possible. I might just need to hand make the levels. For now, while I figure things out, I might just create like a couple of locations, spawn locations. Just so I can get something going. Is this thing here? Do you remember Daddy Frogan? Because in the stream I was in, he still had the PNG and put it on screen. I died. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but it sounds funny. Okay, so also I probably want to put them in a child. So actually, you know what? I'm going to put these here. I'm going to reset the position of this just for the structure of this. Spawn locations. And this can just be like 1, 2, and then we can just grab an array. So just like, they're actually below ground, so let's pull them up. This is going to be the challenging bit. Because I do want them to be sort of on that level. But I guess the level sits a bit above ground. Probably to do with the thickness of the floor. And so I'm just going to drag these around randomly. And just say that they can spawn at random points. And later on I'll worry about making them procedural. The book series I was talking about, even though Scholastic publishes it, I wouldn't recommend it to kids. Some of the things in it probably isn't a good thing for them to read. Not safe for work scenes. I've saved a few examples if you want me to clarify. I'm okay, Fred's Media. It sounds funny though. Not good for kids. I mean, kids are like, I mean, I can't speak. I'm not a parent. I'm like, it's chill, but I can't say that because I don't have kids. Shaff is here in 240p. Am I like, is my stream dying? Seems okay from my end. My internet here is, it's like, the chat's moving a little bit too fast. Thought of streaming again. That's just a silly thing I did. Really muscular version of this dude. Yeah. Oh, it's definitely, okay, yeah. That's good. Awesome. I spent hours climbing it around in my roof to make it stable. Okay, thank you. Yeah. I have really bad internet. I get, well, yeah, what speeds do you get, Risey? I get 50 megabits per second. It's amazing. Not really. It's so slow. Spawn locations, okay. So, I need another function. We called the guys out and they were like, we don't know. Whereabouts, are you like rural or are you in a city? I'm assuming, are you in Australia? Hey, Girix here on YouTube. How are ya? And bro, I know you know me. There is a small problem. What is the problem? Get random point. Get random spawn location. West Coast. Medium city. Okay. I have a lot of trouble where I live. At the end of the year, I think I'm going to get gigabit speeds, which is pretty exciting. When I close my eye, I cannot see anything. Think about it. Get random spawn. And then it's just going to return node 3D, which will be the spawn point. It's an apartment building thing. Oh, yeah. The old wiring. I had a similar problem when I lived in a building that was really old. And it was like, once it, reaches the box, it just goes into like some rusty old copper and it's like you're stuffed. You can't do nothing about it. Yeah, yeah, they'll never fix shit like that. These old dudes don't care about nothing. I'm assuming people who own all the apartments are old. Get random spawn. So for C in, I'll get S in spawn locations. Actually, you know what? I'll just go like var spawn locations. S equals dot get children dot pick random. There you go. Return yes. Okay, so then we just go enemy var parent or location equals get random spawn dot global position. Okay, we get fiber, so we get 250 Oz internet. That's nice. Yeah, I'm still on fiber to the node, so it's like 100 max, but I just have the 50 because it doesn't really get above 70 for my house. On a better note, oh, it smells amazing. Nice. You know what? It rains too much here. I'm not that keen on rain. And then, okay, so we've got a random location, so then we can go enemy to spawn dot global position equals location, and then we can say nav layer dot add child, not add child enemy to spawn. I live near Seattle, the rainy coffee capital. Yeah, right. I've heard it rains a bit there. But if you like rain, that's fine, you know. Everyone's different. I'm not, I used to like it, but then it just, for here, we've had like, what are they called? Like La Niñas? We've had like 5 in a row, and it's just never stopped. Every summer, it's just raining. Warm rain, freezing rain, and less rain. Yeah, same. Actually, you know what? The last couple of months have been pretty good here, but we have had a lot of rain, more than usual. Because it doesn't normally rain much in the winter. But yeah. Okay, so now we've got the ad chart. So okay, so now we should be able to spawn timer. In Victoria, it's very rainy right now. Yeah, it rains a bit like down south. I'm in Brisbane, so like it's a little bit further north, right? And so in the summer it just rains all the time. But yeah, you guys get the cold rain. Slacks. It's summer there, right? 19 degrees? Is and Fred, you know, you got a good point. 6 degrees. That's valid for winter, but I wonder if I can look up the location of the weather without like accidentally doxing myself. Yeah, that's all right. It's like 21 degrees during the day here. It's nighttime, so it's a little bit colder, but it's really not that cold here. Tonight it's gonna hit 0. Damn. I wouldn't even know what that feels like. Yeah, we're in the winter. Yeah, we're suffering right now. In houses with no insulation and no heating for some reason. Goose Fat is back. How are ya? Alrighty. Okay, so we're pretty close to being able to spawn enemies. We've got a spawn timer. One shot, no. But auto start, maybe. Actually, I might start it myself. So funk start spawn timer. During our summer until I was like 25. It's funny you say that because people don't really tell you here either, but you work it out really quick when all the videos about Christmas are like snowing, and it's not like that here. It becomes very, very painfully obvious. Although when I was like really young, I feel like I had memories of thinking that it just, even though it was hot on Christmas Day, it might just snow for some reason. And it never did. Start timer. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. We love to tell people. Start timer is void. Start spawn timer, I should call this. Spawn. Have I got access to that? No, I don't. I need both of these. I just got one. It's 9:07 p.m. Yeah, it is. Thank you for the update. Here is a different story. Girik is here. On YouTube says, here is a different story. It's 45 to 47 degrees in my area, but in some places it hits 50, and we're talking about degrees Celsius, and sometimes even more. Dude, that is really hot. Like, even for me, that's too much. I would just go inside. I would die, actually. Humidity 100%, or is it dry? If it's dry, maybe it's okay. Start spawn timer. Okay, so there's spawn timer. Bros living in Death Valley. Yeah, that's... yeah, okay, so how fast do we want it to be? Spawn speed. Maybe we can make it faster if the level progresses. Start at 5 seconds. I don't think I've ever experienced anything over 40 degrees. One time I went to like into the center of Australia in the summer, and it was really, really hot. And I think it was only 40 degrees or 40, or like, you know, yeah. 20% humidity, he says. Garrick is here says, and that's not so bad. Like, I think maybe it's okay. If it was 100%, it would be insane. But that is hot. That is hot, my friend. Okay, and I might as well make a function to stop the spawn timer. I don't know, actually. .3 C, high of 17. That's cold. I much prefer it somewhere in the middle. 25 to 35 is probably where I'd want it. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm just like adding things that I think I need before I actually set this up. Let's make it 30 seconds. People die. Yeah, that's really hot. Of course people would die from the heat. Yeah. They put out warnings when it gets to like 30 plus here. They're like, if you're old, stay inside, turn your aircon on. 45 is like insane. If you can't afford heating, that's almost a death sentence. So now I can say if wave timer dot is stopped, and I can just go if not wave timer is stopped, spawn timer start, and I need a thingo there. And so what I want to do is connect up the timeout for the spawn timer, connect, and it's going to spawn an enemy on timeout, and then it's going to start the spawn timer again. And if the wave timer is still going, oh yeah, it wants the enemy. And then if the wave is still going, then we keep going. And then when the wave timer times out, I don't know what to do. You win the game. We'll work on that later. Winner. Okay, so let me just think through what I've done here, because I've written a fair bit of code, but I haven't actually tested anything. So I forget you guys dates, months. Yeah, we reverse everything. So it goes in like lowest to highest, days, months, years. Some people say that it's actually more readable to go like month, day, year, but I don't know, who cares? Wait, no, yeah, I spelled that wrong. Okay. So after all of that, I actually need to start everything. Day, month, year is superior. I'm used to it, so everyone else should use it. Okay, on timer timeout. That's is it a one shot? Yes, they're both going to be one shots. And for now, I need in the ready function obviously I need to go spawn speed. No, not spawn enemy, spawn speed. And in the ready function, I go wave timer dot start, and then I pass in the wave time and the spawn. I want to spawn enemy. Okay, wave time. I need wave timer. BRB, gonna switch to device. Yeah. Oh, awesome, dude. I'll see you in a second. I acknowledge that the American way is very confusing. I imagine in Japan they use day, month, year. Girik is here, says, our teacher cuts our marks if we don't write month, day, year, but I think she is the only person in the whole country to write month, day, year. Japan is year, month, day. Oh my god. I couldn't even acknowledge that there was an alternative to month, day, year, or day, month, year. Okay, well, just in reverse. That's alright. I can handle that. Okay. Spawn timer. Okay. I think we're good. The enemies won't do anything right now because they don't walk towards the player. Oh, okay. We're already screwed. Add child or null value. Hello. Enemy is a pack scene. Am I passing spawn enemy in and not? No, it's always got enemy. I've been knowledged this day. Yeah. Leading with the year. But actually, the year in Japan is not 2024. It is year 6. Okay, well, now you've lost me. Do they... they must have a system that's different to ours, I guess. I didn't even know. I know that, like, you know, Chinese New Year is a different year. We're just using 2024 as, like, the Gregorian calendar, right? So it's... I guess, yeah, that makes sense. Year 6, though, sounds kind of low. Okay, this didn't work, and I don't know why. Nav layer cannot call add child on our because the nav layer doesn't have a... Yeah, I haven't assigned the nav layer. There we go. So I should start seeing enemies spawning. Unless they're always going to spawn at the same location. Okay, I'm only seeing the one. Okay. Something went wrong there. I printed out a lot of 10s. I don't know why. It must be from the damage. And then we also had winner, which means the wave timer timed out. 30 seconds, I guess. Yeah, I was hanging around for 30 seconds, but I should have seen at least 6 enemies spawn. The year restarts every time the emperor changes. Okay, so they're in the Reiwa era. And year 6, very confusing. They can't remember what era they are in. Oh well, you know. I mean, I guess if it's their tradition, then that's fine. Every time the emperor changes, okay. Does the emperor probably doesn't change that often though, right? So imagine if we did that like every time, like we got a new king or queen, we just restarted it. So like when Queen Lizzie died, we just like, yeah, start again. Okay, so now why did we only spawn one enemy? So on the timer, if not wave start, spawn timer start, I am not calling this function. Hang on a second, spawn enemy. Yeah, I've got to actually call this function start spawn timer. Oh, I called it there. But I still, you know what? I didn't Yeah, I should, because that's why it didn't work. Because I never actually started the timer, because in the ready I just call spawn enemy. I didn't actually call this function. Right, so now it should work. Okay. We're looking for some more. Yep, there's one there. Where are ya? I'm only seeing 2. There really should be more, unless they're spawning in the same location, which isn't it's entirely possible, right? This one's a bit further away. Yeah, he's taken a lot of damage, so it must have been multiple. In fact, quite a few. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I think it's working because I can see quite a number of them. Okay, cool. So that's fine. Now, the enemies just need to advance on the player when they actually spawn in, rather than waiting for the player to enter the area, because we want it to be a wave shooter, right? So the enemy that I've got is pretty basic. It has an area 3D, and once it gets into the area, it will follow the player, and once it gets close enough, it'll throw the knife, right? So we can, I mean, it's pretty straightforward, right? We just need to give them the player. We know that from the spawner. So the spawner can feed the player. The spawner can feed the enemy the player. And then we can just say, hey, here's your enemy. Go get him. And I'm pretty sure that should just work. Like, it's a very basic enemy template. But it should just work, because all it says is if there is a player, to actually start moving on the player. So, and how it gets it is from the area. But if we just feed it a player, then it should just work. So I'm going to do that. So I'll come back to the world for the enemy spawner. And on the spawn enemy, I can say enemy to spawn dot player equals player. And they should just start coming towards me. Well, okay. Oh, he's throwing knives already. So I probably need to work on the range. Oh, they're all just throwing knives at me. What is that guy doing up there? I can barely see him. Alright. Okay, so that needs some work too. So we're back to looking at the enemy. Okay. Alrighty. Alright. Let's get into it. So, let's have a look at the enemy. The enemy has got like really janky code. So basically, if the player is less than the max distance, and what's the max distance? 10? Is it really? Does it, how far is 10? I guess I'm really not that, I don't want to do that. It's not going to be helpful. Interesting. I want to delete the one that's already in the scene, because he's not going to run like normal. Okay, so I guess 10 is too far. I need to make the numbers smaller. So what is... I'm in the wrong script. I've got a minimum distance of 10. So if we're less than the max distance we shoot, and the max distance is 6. This code is wrong. So if we're greater than the minimum distance, we're not going to do anything. But they were still throwing knives at me, which means we're less than the max distance. Which makes me really wonder. If we're greater than the max distance, well, wouldn't it? I kind of want to take this out, number one, because we're always going to be... If we're greater than the minimum distance, then we want to actually move in on the player. why would we want to not move if we're further away than the minimum distance? In fact, it should be the opposite. But he's less than the max distance that we shoot. So that's like a range. But then the max distance is 6. How could we be less than 6 distance away? I'm really confused. If I make it 1. Okay, now he's just coming at me. And he's standing on top of me and he's not shooting. Well, at least they're coming towards me. That is definitely an improvement. Hey guys, how's it going? Well, at least it's a little bit closer to a game loop now. But we do need to actually improve that mechanic. So if we're less than the max distance, this distance 2 thing I think is the problem, right? Global position dot distance 2 player, global position. I still need to debug this. I don't understand it. Okie dokie. In this enemy spawner, I'm just gonna comment out that so we just spawn 1 enemy. So he's, yeah, well, it's 20 and then it's coming down and now the distance is less than. So it just counts down. And in the enemy we say if it's less than the max distance, then we should shoot. So max distance is 1, which is really low. Maybe if we make it 4. Let's just get in a little closer. Okay, yeah, that works. And now he's throwing knives at me. And if I walk away, the animation is still playing, but he is not actually attacking me. So, because you can see the knives aren't coming, but that's much better. We just need to work on the animations. That's honestly good enough for what this needs to be. I don't think we're going to need to make the enemies more complicated than that, but we'll see. I could be wrong. Alrighty. So, I'm gonna take a drink. We can return out of that. This is fine. The minimum distance, I was trying to make something where if you got further enough away from the enemy, it would stop following you, but we don't really want that. So, now that we've got that, let's have a think about how the animations are played. So, okay, so this is probably a bit of an issue. I just need to, I probably don't want to check for that. I'd probably just want to press play. I don't know if it'll just repeat over and over again. It looks okay. That works. He's a little bit low in the ground, but okay, happy days. So we've got the spawn timer and we can just bring that back in so we can have multiple enemies spawning. Great. What about the shoot timer? 2 seconds okay? Maybe 1? I don't know. Probably worry about balancing it later. I need to create more enemies, ones that like physically attack you rather than just throw knives at you. We don't even have gravity, so that's a waste. But anyway, So, what's next? What do we got to do? I said that I was going to do health pickups. I was going to do enemy spawning. I forget the last thing that I said I was going to do. Maybe UI? Don't know. We also need a way of spawning. So now we could probably like copy this, right? And create. I also need to create a health spawner. I wonder if I can use the grid map to figure out what the bounds of the level are. Or even the navigation region. There's got to be something in those that can help me determine the space or the area that we're in and that I can spawn. So I'm going to have to look at some documentation. My favorite thing. Traversable navigation, travel cost, navigation mesh, cell height, cell size, detail sample distance. The sampling distance, no, that's not what we're looking for. Region, no. Fantasies, not really anything here. Okay, let's have a look at the grid map. Well, nothing stands out to me as something that we could use. Is a mesh library, cell center, XY, cell, scale size. So could we use the grid items as centered on the x-axis? Cell center. Oh, this is more like each grid. Set cell item, get cell item position. If I counted through them, I'd be able to work out what the size was, right? Right? If I even can figure out how to do that. Get meshes. Returns an array of meshes referencing the corresponding non-empty cells in the grid. The transforms are specified in local space. Maybe. Get meshes, navigation map, use cells. Returns an array of vector 3s with non-empty cell coordinates of the grid map. Maybe that's it. Let's have a look. I copied it and then I forgot the function that I'm going to get used cells. What does it say? It gets an array of vector 3s with non-empty. So it's just a list of all the different vector 3s. What does that look like? I mean, it looks like a list of vector 3s. Okay, I got too much stuff printing out. I don't need this anymore. Okay, so what do we do with this information and how can we use it to determine the size of the cells? So we've got a lot of information here. I suppose if I added up the X and the Z, it would give me a precise total number, assuming it starts from this being the lowest one. Dotios Dev on YouTube asks, should I make a hit scan pistol or an actual bullet? It's really up to you. I mean, how do you want your game to look? Do you want it to have a slow projectile or do you want it to be instant? They both work the same ultimately at the end of the day. The hit scan, obviously it's going to detect the object and then report back and you're going to do damage to it. The rigid body, you're going to connect the signal that once it's made contact with something, it's going to do damage. And ultimately, they don't look that different, right? Like if I look at the projectile script that I have, I've got hit, scan, collision, and it's going to look for an intersect ray, and then it's going to do damage, right? That's all it's going to pass on that damage. It's going to be the same thing, collided direction, position, damage. If I spawn a projectile, if I launch a rigid body projectile, I'm obviously going to spawn in a projectile, and I'm going to connect on body entered, which is a function in the rigid body, and I'm going to bind the projectile and the normal. And when that gets triggered, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to check if it's grouping target, and if it has a method, I'm going to pass on the damage this time instead of the damage direction and position. And the reason for that is because it's a rigid body. It doesn't need to give that information about the direction or the position that it came from, because it's implicit in the object. So I can detect it other ways. And if you set up your gravity properly, then that stuff will just automatically get translated into if the rigid body makes contact with another rigid body, you don't need to pass that information on. But yeah, so they're like the same, really. It just depends how you want your game to look. So, you know, it's up to you. Okay, so can I add up the information in the grid map to find out the bounds of the level? Right? I don't care about Y. I just care about X and Z. So I guess if I look at this, then the first object that I get is 8 and 1, right? Now I don't know where anything is here. And so, like, I guess the grid map, we probably want to get rid of anything that's not supposed to be there. Otherwise, it's going to not work. And I suppose I need to subtract it by 1, because obviously the box on the outside is the wall. This will only work if it's a square, though. So that's probably not the best way to go about it. But it will give me a list of coordinates. And so what I can do, maybe this can work. Maybe it can work. Yeah. I think I have an idea. Because what we can do is we can actually get a random point from this function, right? Get used cells. And then we can go like random. It's an array, right? So I've got pick random as a function. So I can pick a random point, and then I can see what's above it and what's below it. And if there is something above it, below it, then you know that you can't spawn something on it because it's in a wall or something like that. But if you pick that point and then you see if there's another point in the grid map that is not, and it's not occupied above it, then we can spawn something there, right? So I'm going to create a function for that. Find valid point on map. Because then it won't matter what size it is. I'll just have it return void for now. So we can say bar random point. And we can make it equal to grid map, pick random, right? And then we can say the birds are going crazy. That probably means time. Oh, okay. Oh, it's morning time. Good night, Risey. It's almost bedtime for me too, actually. Okay, so we've got a random point, and now we can test the up and left and right. And how do I do that? I don't know. I'm assuming I can. The sun is up and down too. Oh, wow. Okay, you definitely need to go to sleep. No worries, man. Have a good one. Get navigation mesh, get meshes. Okay, back up to the top. Okay, so now we've got get used cells. And then we can get used cells by item. Okay, so we can get cell item. And we can pass in a vector 3, the mesh item index location. Given it the cell is empty, we will get invalid item cell, right? So I think this is what we want to try and test. Returns the basis that they're given is orientated, gets the cell item orientation. Okay, yeah, I think I'm going to go with this one. So now I can go var test above equals get cell item, and it needs to be grid map. Hi, Bragg Pitt, how are ya? How you doing? Are you having a good night, evening, morning, whatever it is? How are you doing? Okay, so this wants to take an item, so we've got to pick random, right? And then we just add 1 to it to see if there's anything above it. So it'll be random point, well, it'll be a vector 3. Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm trying to set up a spawning system for a wave spawner, and I'm using grid map, and so I'm just trying to find a way that I can test if the point on the grid map is okay to spawn something on, and there's not something, it's not going to be in a wall. Yeah. So it's going to be a vector 3i, and we can go random point dot x, random point dot y plus 1, since we know that each grid is 1 cell, right? And then we can go random point just z, right? We just sub in that. Or I mean, okay. Random point equals dot y equals random point dot y plus 1, right? That's a valid way of doing it, right? And just pass in random point. Okay, and then we can just print out test above. And then I'll close that, and we will go for the spawn enemy. We're going to pass this function in. And then hopefully it can replace our current manual system. Hopefully. It returns -1, 2. I think if it's -1, then it's like not okay. I need to get rid of that print, that's annoying. I'll have to do some research on that. How do the enemies take damage? They don't have a damage area on them. I don't know. That's a weird one. On shoot timer timeout, func shoot bullet, on trigger area body player equals body. I don't know. What do we think? I guess it's on the player then? That doesn't make any sense. No, because the projectile does the damage, but it doesn't actually test. It's in the hit successful function. Where'd that go? I remember how my code works. Okay, but it's not actually printing anything out. So why does it print 10 when I shoot the enemies? Hit position, health minus damage. I don't know. It's not making any sense. Okay, it's got to be in the projectile then, because it was printing even while I wasn't shooting enemies. There it is. Get rid of that. Okay, so let's get back to where we were. The enemy spawner. So test above, get cell item. Get cell item returns invalid cell item if the cell is empty. -1. Okay, so -1 is the correct. If it's -1, then we do want to spawn something. It should be okay. So I'm going to roll with that and that can just be our position, right? Excuse me. I'm probably stuffing up my green screen moving around like that. No, it looks alright. Whoops, open up GIMP accidentally. Oof, where'd that go? There it is. Get out of here. I really gotta fix all these corrupt files. Okay. Okay, so we're just assuming that if test above is equal to -1, then we can return a random point. And then instead this can be a vector 3 I, because that's what I'm pretty sure what get you cell returns an array of vector 3s. Okay. Then I can return a vector 3 instead of a vector 3i. Ay. Not all code paths return a value. Otherwise, return a vector 3.0. No, that's not what we want to do. We want to say while. Oh, I have to put in a while loop. I hate while loops. While oof, this is going to be scary. While test above is equal to -1. Okay, we can do this. And it's going to be not equal to. Then we're going to just go test above equals that. Is that going to work, or am I going to like screw the program up? I might have to kill it. Yeah, it's not happy. I don't know while loops, because I'm a big dum-dum. Well, it's equal to 2. I guess I could just go like while true and then like go that and then break it. Something dodge like that. Don't I want to say that if it is equal to -1, then I'm good? No, I don't know. Let's just go is equal to true. We'll do it the dodgy way because I need to like brush up on how to do a while loop because I avoid them like the town. Like var test above. If test above is equal to -1, then we break. While true. That just needs to be while true. Does not work like that? Fucking hell. I just don't know how to do a while loop. Oh my god. So cringe. It's okay, at least the music's good. Alrighty. Scrap that. Leave me alone, Godot. I've like gotten to the point now where I've actually forgotten what I was trying to do here. So if the test above is not occupied, then it's -1, and we do actually, and we're happy. We don't want to keep going. But if it is not equal to -1, then so would the above have worked if I had gotten to? So if it is equal to -1, then we break. It wasn't happy with that. Like, it's still like, it'll still hit that. Oh no, it's gonna work this time. But now it's gonna go into a loop forever. It's not happy. So I don't think this is the right way to go about it. Must be some particulars about GD script while loops I'm not understanding. I don't know. I feel like that should have worked. Who knows? Let's read the reference. Right, like why couldn't I just keep doing it? So can I just not go like var test above? Equals 0. And then if test above is equal to level -1. And so rather than saying that, so while test above is not equal to -1, test above equals grid map cell items random point, return random point. But it just like cracks out. I don't get it. You know what it is? I need to put all of this. I'm so fucking dumb. I'm testing the same point over and over again. Shit. Sometimes you wonder, don't you? Oh my god. Random point, pick random, +1, test above equals that. Okay. Print random point. Yeah. Oh, I can't print random point, return random point. Okay, we need to declare this outside the script. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I was like blanking on that. Right. Okay, let's see if we plug this in to the actual spawn location, if this will work. So on the, this function is called find valid point on map. So right now we are going to, we're calling a get random point, get random spawn, which is like a set of nodes, like random nodes placed around on the map. This now can just be called find valid point on map. Just replace that function, and this one can be commented out. Now the points should be truly random and not outside the map. So let's see how it goes. Okay. Yep. Right on top of me. I don't see any others. I'm getting some stuff showing up in the debug. So, oh shit, he just appeared on top of me. Oh, they just show up, eh? And then I'm a winner. Okay, so let's have a look at what was coming in the debug. Condition is inside tree. Map query failed because it was made before the map synchronization. All right, that's fine. Implicit new is inside tree, is inside tree. I don't know. I don't actually understand that error. That's a bit of a sus one. So spawn enemy condition bang tutorial NPC of the Godot. I mean, you said the Godot, but I'm assuming you meant of tutorial NPC of Godot. Yeah, well, I mean, if you strang together the enemy stream and this, maybe, but why is this not working? Is inside tree returning? So I'm guessing the point was outside the world. Condition is inside tree. I don't understand the error. Is it because I have to add it to the tree first? Am I doing it out of order? Should I put this first here? And then set its location? Is that what I need to do? I'm going to make this spawn time faster, like 1 second. We're going to spawn a lot of enemies because I just want to see this happening at a faster. Oh, he's up there. He's up top. Oh, he's just going to walk down. That's fine. Okay. It seems, I don't know if I'm getting errors anymore. I'm still getting errors. There's definitely enemies spawning. Okay. Aside from them spawning on top of the wall, and now you've just got so many enemies. I don't like that they can be so close to the player. I might have to do a test to see if the position is like on top of the player, and if it is, just re-roll it. I'm out of ammo. Knife? No, give me the rocket launcher. Oh, look, there's a bunch stuck in there. Give me this weapon. I'm gonna die. Can't even play that. Look at them all. I mean, this is kind of what we're going for. I cannot pick this up. I must have stuffed up the code for that. Okay, so developer Godot, I don't speak Indonesian, so I can't quite understand what you're asking for. Sorry about that. Okay, so a couple of things. It seems to be doing okay. Let's have a look at the errors. Okay, so we're still getting now an inside tree. And this is the target point. What is this? What character body? Hey, I don't know. No. I don't know. What is that? The enemy target point? We can just make it vector 3. Because if it doesn't exist yet, so I can't actually make that call. Vector 3.0. What is this being used for? Is this variable even being used? Commented out? No worries. Just a waste of my time. Just putting variables in there for no reason. Oh my god. We're having a great time. No, we're making progress, actually. We're making progress. We're spawning in enemies. They're coming towards us. They're attacking us. So we're really at that point now where we need to create variety. We need to create things that work a little bit better. So the game's starting to look good. I'm feeling good about it. We cannot pick up the weapons. And I set up the pickup detection to be a little bit different. And I'm guessing in the process I've snuffed up something. Print body. Bro, please help me. Please make a tutorial for NPC navigation agent in Godot. Yeah, it is definitely something on the list. My schedule's changed a little bit. I've switched to like streaming, and obviously I've been making a lot of short form content. But I do want to somehow find a balance between creating doing live streams, because obviously I can work on actual projects, creating like tutorials or like long form content, and also creating shorts. It's just a matter of finding the time. But I am not that familiar with enemy NPC stuff. I'm sort of like trying to learn. So I did a live stream like a week ago now, I think, where I started making an enemy NPC, and so I'm like right at the very edge of that. So yeah, I'm still learning myself, and but when I do know more, definitely it's on the list of things I want to create. I do want to make, so I make an FPS template, and I would like to have an enemy template as well. I think that would be nice to have as something people could download to pull apart and just see how it all works. Alright, so let's see if we can get these printouts to work. This is definitely not detecting like it used to. I'm getting swarmed by enemies. It's not even, it's because the body is not a weapon slot. I'm an idiot. I'm just gonna have to test the collision layer like I did with this one. That's probably the best way to do it. It's on layer 8. I hope nothing else is on layer 8. I'm pretty sure I've set that up as exclusive. Okay, let's test this out. Okay, yeah, cool. I can pick up the weapons. So now I can shoot these guys with that's a little bit underpowered. I wanted the rocket launcher. Give me the rocket launcher. Yeah, here we go. It's a very underwhelming rocket launcher, but it does do splash damage, so I'm hoping to be able to clear them out a little bit more effectively. It's not really doing anything. I'm out of ammo. Shotgun. I think I need to improve the damage that I deal. I'm out of ammo. Oh, I was reloading. Shit. And I probably need to despawn the hit marks. They're not even that important. I'm going to need to create an effect. Why is your FPS game project? Hang on a second. Okay, so developer Godot on YouTube asks, why is your FPS game project on Liberty Godot? When I download it and play it, I get an error. What is Liberty Godot? Is that like a website? I didn't put it there. Or am I misunderstanding something? I apologize if I'm misunderstanding that. Is Liberty... Do you mean the Godot asset library? This here? Gibbet? Gibbet? I don't know how to pronounce your name, I'm sorry. No thanks. Is this what you mean? First person shooter template. Are you talking about this? Does it have an error? We can look at that. I think I've done all the goals that I wanted to have for this. But yeah, I need more information. Okay, so now we can pick up the weapons. Let's have a look. The enemies have health of 100. And they do 50 damage. I changed it to 5. Okay, that's fine. So now, okay, yep. I'm assuming you mean yes. I don't know. Let's have a look. I should probably get off pretty soon, but let's quit the project list. So, if you didn't know, I published something called First Person Shooter. Yeah, is it going to be found here? Yes, okay. So if you want, you can download this and you can use it as a good starting point to like create an FPS shooter. But apparently there's a bug that I'm not aware of. You can always create an issue on GitHub if you're having problems, because if I don't know, I don't know, right? I think I updated it 2 weeks ago. I'm not exactly sure what I put in. I think it was the rocket launcher. No, I updated the GitHub, but I did not update the package for the Godot FPS. So where are you having the error? Do you have any information on that? Is it when you drop one of these weapons? It's very sensitive to weapon. Oh, that is the wrong weapon. There's one bug. That one looks okay. They're all dropping. Guess that's obviously an issue. That drops the wrong weapon. There's also a printout that I need to clear. I'm not sure what other errors there could be. Is it like from the ammo pickup? What about if I drop this? I think I've tested them all now. Reloads? If you need more help on how to learn how to use it, there is documentation. It's probably missing a couple of things, but you can also go to docs.shaftgames.com. And then if you click on docs, Why is your so inadequate? My dev is inadequate. I'm sorry, I don't understand what you mean. And then if you want to understand how to use it, you can go to the docs and you can go through the table of contents on how to create a weapon, how projectiles work, how creating sprays. I obviously have videos on my channel as well on how all that works. So if you ever want to learn more, you can go through these. Unfortunately, it's only in English, and I apologize for that. You might need to use Google Translate. I'm open to people like submitting translations if they want. I wouldn't know how to add them into the GitHub doc page, but I'm happy to try and figure it out if someone wants to do translations. That's fine. Oh, developing your profile picture is literally my project template logo. That's funny. Did you create a page just to talk to me? Oh no, you got 155 subscribers. You're doing well. Oh, did you translate one of my videos? That's awesome, dude. I'm curious. Sorry to be looking you up on stream. I have no idea what you're saying because I can't speak your language.
Welcome back to my channel.
Oh, it's in English, but I guess you've translated it below. That's cool, dude. Oh, keep up the good work. Yeah, I mean, if you ever want to ask me questions, you can always jump on the Discord. So I'm available standard Australian Eastern Standard Time. So jump on the Discord if you want. Other than that, I think I'm gonna jump off and get some sleep. I can't figure out how to control my stream. And at the end of all of this, I will always ask if you want to like and subscribe, if you want to follow. I always appreciate that. We're very close to getting 50 followers on Twitch. So if you want to follow me on Twitch, I will share the link in the YouTube live stream chat because I've got a couple of people hanging out there. So if you follow me on Twitch, that'd be very much appreciated. As always, thank you to everyone that stopped by and hung out with me. It's been fun. I actually had a really great time this stream. This was really good. And the Patreons. I should thank the Patreons. I always forget to thank them. I still need to create something on the ending soon page. I'm so slack. Let's go to video projects, and under Patreon, I've got a page. I've been neglecting them. I should give them more attention. But thank you for the support, Jips, Hazard, Color Pants, Rab, Big Green, Nike, and Bricky T. I appreciate it. Alrighty, guys. I am going to go get some sleep. And I'll see you Wednesday. It will be Wednesday. This one here. Well, look at that chat. That's awesome. Dun, 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 dun. All right, guys. Goodbye, everybody. Ooh, that was loud.